Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. Omaumi Lasisi, yes. Akeda Gumi, of course, because Oloye no fighting for the people, which is not a crime. Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. Good morning and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon to you. The time is now 8 minutes past 1 approximately. This message, before I go into the messages, I want to thank everyone who has wished me a very happy birthday. I am so thankful for your continued support. I was overwhelmed by the feeling of love and the comments that many people sent my way, and I thank you all very, very much. I am really, really humbled and grateful that we have there's many people took the time to write things, to give me a comment, wish me a happy birthday. I'll tell you something. Yesterday, it was really, really nice to see that feeling of love and appreciation and kindness and warmth from many people. From across, many. I mean, there are so many messages down that I'm from on all platforms that I have not even had the. I'm trying to write to. But I want to thank you all so very much. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. I really am touched. Yesterday, sometime in the middle of all that, I was having a bit of a episode with my chronic pain. And, the comments, they became like soothing oil over this chronic pain thing. So you all don't know how important this is to me, that you all took the time to write to me, messages, comments on all platforms. I am truly humbled and I am grateful. I am forever grateful for each and every comment that was sent my way. I'm going to have to do that again because I realize I've not put it in one particular place. Sometimes when you're doing this, you tend to forget a little bit. It's not that you forget, but you're busy doing things. So let's go and do this here. So I want to say that again. Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen AY. Good afternoon to you all. I'm going to say the message all over again because I realized it wasn't on other platforms. So now, what we are looking at, I'm going to try in between. We're going to be looking at the cases from Oloye Sunday Igboho, so we may cut off to that in between the broadcast. So it's all to do with that as well. But I want to say thank you very, very much. The messages on my birthday, which is +1, I'm +1 yesterday. The messages were amazing, incredible, and they made me feel, welcome and, loved, and I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you all so much. Yesterday, like I said, I was in the middle of it. It was a lovely day, but in between there was an issue with my chronic pain, and the comments acted like soothing ointment oil, sort of calming, oil over troubled waters, I can't explain it more than that. I am truly, truly grateful. I'm thankful that you took the time to write comments for myself. Sorry. That's one thing. So we are, I'm grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you, and thank you. It is really, really heartwarming. And I'm Modupe Goni, Moki Bubu, Mokaroji, Bubu, Ainti, Darapo, Tete Koi, we see me, Bubu platform, Moki Bubu. I thank all of you, and I greet all of you now everybody will take time, come right, say happy birthday, you, many long life and prosperity, and love, like, and everything for all the platforms. I greet all of you. I thank all of you very, very much. Do well. God will bless all of you now. Most High, God bless us. We go reach our nation, the Yoruba nation, the Afro nation, Middle Belt nation. We get her. I know we know this by God's grace, by the Most High. Make her put them that way. For my language now, Olodumare, last year Dumare, we go get them. So. I just wanted to say that in the middle of all of this. I might play other things in the middle. So that is said, please do share this podcast. I am very, 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 very thankful. I thank you all again. I thank you and thank you and thank you. Now, let us now go to the topic that you see. It says, which one of the three is a terrorist? Then the comment I wrote is, it is clear to see that Gumi is a terrorist. He has fought for the invaders, not to be proscribed terrorists, Yet he has not been arrested. Federal government illegally renditioned Nnamdi Kanu of IPOB, the IPOB leader, from Kenya to Nigeria. And they have kept Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic for speaking up for Yoruba people. It is sheer injustice. It is sheer injustice. This is why we say, break it up. Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt nation. And that is very, very important to state. It is really, really important to state that. And this message is for those of you who still believe in one Nigeria. You can see what your one Nigeria is doing. In the case of Gumi can do no wrong in your one Nigeria. He is even supporting terrorists that are now in buses that are in the southwest and the southeast, killing indigenous people. Gumi can do no wrong. Gumi can do no wrong in the eyes of the Fulani government, who imposed the fraudulent 1999 constitution on us. Gumi, we all know, should be in jail. If you want the clearest indication of why we need to go for self-determination, it is to look at the case of Gumi. Look at the three men. Gumi, do you know, how many of you know that he was a former military man? He was a former military man. He was in the military, and then then he left that, and he became more of this leader for all of this tough terrorist thing. And he's fighting to that. He was fighting until they were proscribed. He was saying they shouldn't be proscribed. And these are people that are killing us. Please, those of you going to get your PVC, I hope you understand what this means. If a government, instead of arresting Gumi, they go and try to arrest Oloye, and they've had to put him, he's effectively in exile, away from his own land. And Nnamdi Kanu, they illegally brought him back into the country. Yet you have the terrorists killing every day, or what is a recent case. Tell me, how does that make sense? What part of break up from Nigeria don't you understand? What part of it? And those who are in power now, please tell me, have you heard from any of the leaders? Have you heard from any of the leaders? Have you heard from them talk about how they are dealing with the terrorists? And the fact that they are putting them in the army. This is the reality. This is the daily reality of millions of people. We need to understand, if you are speaking about one Nigeria, please, I want you to open your eyes and look at the pictures that I've put in front of you. On the one hand, Gumi is there, telling us that they should not, telling the government they should not pardon. They should not pardon. They should not proscribe terrorists. They should not call, the bandits should not be called terrorists. and be proscribed. And this is a man that we've seen discussing with the terrorists about money. He said that the government should give them money. Are you understanding what I'm saying? These are for everyone in the Middle Belt and the Southwest and the Southeast who are going to collect, who's trying to fight for your PVC. I understand where you're coming from. You want to do something. You want to come together and make sure that you push out the Fulanis, for the failed governance. I understand all of that. But here's what I'm putting before you now. That constitution is a fraud. And the people who put the fraud, who impose the fraud on you, they are letting one of their own, a commander of the terrorists, he's walking free. He's even telling us that they should have a ministry for the Fulanis, the pastoralists. But you're talking about one Nigeria and you're going to get your PVC. Don't you see that in the one Nigeria that you're talking about, Fulanis can do no wrong? I'm just trying to, it's not a demand. I'm just trying to make sure we understand quite how bad this is. I want you to just reason with me. Let us all reason together. Here we have Gumi, a confirmed supporter of Fulani terrorists. He prevented, let me show you what he did. I want to show you so that I'm not just talking. So here we go. That is not that one. I'm going to show you if I can find it. If I can get it. He warns. Look, that is him sitting with terrorists. That is him sitting with terrorists. This message is for all of you going for the PVC. I want you to understand what you are trying to go and put in place here. This is Gumi inside Contractor Nigeria, sitting with terrorists, organizing. The terrorists, they cover their faces. They are organizing to get funds. He's the one fighting for their corner. They are foreigners. They are foreigners. Now let us read through what he said. I'm just trying to, maybe, hopefully, this will, and this is for the, this message is for the youth. I really want you to understand this. So here, citing reasons such as declaration was necessary. Citing, let me just go here. I'll read it from the top. Controversial Islamic scholar Ahmad Gumi. Remember, you see all the stuff they say is a Islamic scholar. Let me go and give you a background on him. Let me give you a background. Education, yeah? Military career. He served in the Nigerian military, Army Medical Corps as a medical officer, and he retired as a captain. Are you seeing what I'm saying? I hope you're seeing what I'm saying. He served in the military. So when they tell you that he is a cleric, he's a military man. People, I'm just trying to make us understand. You see, if we're going to, you need the reasons. I'm trying to provide reasons for you to know that one Nigeria is not something we should be involved in. We need to break it apart once and for all. Let us go our own way. You know, it is frustrating. It is frustrating that these are realities that we face. And I'm saying this, you know, look, again, he served in the Nigerian Army Medical Corps as a medical officer and retired as a captain. Now, when you retire, how many people, when people, you know, when they come, you know, when you have all of these channels people, when they are talking to army men, they always mention their rank. they always mention their rank. Aliu or something. He was a captain or something, or something like that. They mentioned him. He will give analysis. Why is his rank never mentioned? Have you thought about that? Why are they focusing on Gumi? So you are sitting there thinking he's a cleric. He's a former military man. And once you're a former military man, when you're a former military man, it stays with you. This is a man recruiting foreigners into the country. Right. So now you've got a bit of a context. I just want us to be able to get that context. Very, very important. Now, let's go back to the not that one. Sorry. Here we go. Now, here's what I want you to look at. I hope I can find the other one. Okay, good. Yeah, got it. Now, so Mr. X, an ex-military and medical doctor. You see, if you look at it, ex-soldier, a medical doctor, he said. They don't mention his rank. He was a captain. That is no my. You might be a medical officer, but you would have learned how to hold guns and everything else in all of that. But they don't mention that in there. They don't. These are the things you need to be aware of. So he had been to forests in Kaduna, Niger, Katsina, Sokoto, and Zamfara states to meet with governors and some notorious bandits with a view to striking a peace deal with the outlaws. What peace deal? This man has been arranging to ensure that these guys are protected. Let me show you what I mean. Now, so I'm not going to go too much anymore. You've seen the picture. I want you to look at this. This happened this year. What I'm about to show you happened this year. Let me see if I can find it. It said declaring the bandits as terrorists will come with a prize. Are you listening to that? Are you listening now? Mr. Gumi reacting to the calls Mr. Gumi posted on his Facebook page that it will be deadly. Read the full statement here. Declaring bandits as terrorists will come with a price. Nobody doubts the sentimentalism today overrides sensibility in our polity. For the sake of posterity, some people will have to speak out. The acts the bandits are committing now in the Northwest are gradually, over time, become tantamount to terrorism, because wherever innocent people are fatal victims, it's pure terrorism. Look at this, yet its innocence these days is very effective. He's talking nonsense. We agreed if their children and women are also killed, they are guilty by association or collateral damage. So also the bandits may think the same way. It's right for vigilantes to lynch Fulani headsmen or anyone that looks like them by profiling, but wrong for the headsmen to ransack villages in retribution. They are pushed to believe it is an existential war, and in war and ethics are thrown to the wind. This guy is supporting terrorists in your one Nigeria. I'm not interested in what the government is doing. I'm not interested because we know where they stand. This message is to reach those of you going to get your PVC. Say you want to get your PVC and vote this government out. This government have imposed on you that fraudulent 1999 constitution that you cannot change because they will not let us have a referendum on it. And that is the end of the matter. As far as I'm concerned, we should be going for, we should be supporting Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt nations. We should be supporting that. I mean, the words I use, yet again, the only helpful part that is against bandits is that no other than them are attracted to join them in the Northwest because the ethics tinge and coloration. However, the moment they are termed terrorists, Islamic for that matter, the direct foreign jihadist movement will set in and enforce, and many team unemployed youths may find it palatable and attractive, shouting Allahu Akbar plus AK-47 against secular immoral society. Who gives him the right to call our society immoral? These are the kind of things you need to understand. And this guy has got support from the highest places possible in our governance. Let me show you that picture again. I want you to remind you because I want us to know what I'm asking. Which one of those three is a terrorist, in your opinion? Which one? And which one is being treated like a terrorist? Which one? Which one is being treated like a terrorist? So this afternoon's broadcast is going to be a mixture of Yoruba and English, largely English. Which one of them should be in jail? Gumi, a terrorist sympathizer. He's even organized for them to receive funds. He said the government should pay them money. He said it. You all have had it. And he's always fighting their corner. And he should already have been arrested. If we were talking like for like. If Oloye Sunday Igboho was speaking to terrorists outside the country, bringing them in, or Nnamdi Kanu, do you know the kind of press they would have been getting? But these people are speaking. Yes, Buhari is the grand patron. Yes. So, you see, look, what I'm trying to say here, I am presenting this. This message is not to try and change the mind of the government to do anything. Forget that. We're not interested in that now. It's you seeking the PVC that I need you to understand that seeking the PVC, when the government already are supporting the people who are killing you, you are leaving yourself open to further atrocities at the hands of the Fulani terrorists. It is as simple as that. Because this guy, a confirmed terrorist supporter, guiding and pushing them and sitting in meetings with them, is supported by the government. He's got security detail when he's going around in the country. A terrorist. But Oloye Sunday Igboho is being exiled from his own country. And is not allowed to leave where he's been left, where he is now, to go about his business. He's done nothing wrong. That's your one Nigeria. Now, let's go to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu was illegally renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. Again, he is speaking for the lives of his people. 5 million people were killed in the Biafran War in between 1967 and 1970. And the government of the day were telling us that they were trying to divide the country and they wanted to keep it. And it now turns out that many of the things that they did was illegal, and it is actually a crime against humanity. What happened in the Biafran War was a crime, and it still remains a crime against humanity with the support of the colonials. We won't go into that too much. We will come back to that later. But I'm just trying to tell you now, Nnamdi Kanu has said the killing of his people is unacceptable, and he is encouraging them to protect and defend themselves. That is all Nnamdi Kanu is saying. He has been saying this. Now we woke up and we joined that message, and Oloye has done exactly the same thing, saying you cannot come into my community and be killing my people. You see, I want you to understand one thing. Those of you talking about PVC, go and get your PVC. It is not going to stop the killings. It is not going to stop the killings. I'm going to see if I can get you 1 or 2 videos. Many of you, you would have seen a video that I posted. A video, not one, in fact 2 sets of videos. I'll see if I can bring them out again. Where terrorists have been put in buses into Oyo State. I've shown the video. You see buses where terrorists who are dressed in army uniform. And at this point, let me just do something, please. I want to quickly, we have some sponsors that we have to honor a little bit here and there. So, we keep them happy, and hopefully, please, if you do want to, I'm going to just bring that in briefly. Let's just try and get that done. But I'm going to come back to what I'm saying now in terms of the danger the danger of ignoring the threat that we're under. Because if you are talking about PVC, when the plan to kill millions of us is going on, PVC will not save your life. I understand where you're coming from. The youth I'm talking to here, I'm talking to the youth specifically. I understand that you believe that if you go and get your PVC, that you will be able to change the governance. I understand that. But I'm here to tell you that it will never happen, because those in power, the Fulani, the promulgation decree number 24 of 1999 is what they will use to rule out and destroy any plans you have. And they control INEC. They control INEC. Mahmoud Yakub is a Fulani man. Now, let's just do this, please. Quickly, I'll just do this for a second. Hopefully, it will come up. So, beg your pardon. I will get it. Let's do that again. So, if you do want to, so we'll play one more time. So we got, please, for the ladies, if you want to go and get in touch with Lady Best in terms of jewelry and things, let's go ahead and do that. Great. So there we go. So that's one. And then let's do one more. This is on terms of from a health point of view, something beneficial for people with all kinds of illness and things. Let's listen to that ad as well. There you go. Sorry, I need to do this again. I've got to unlock it and I will get that working this time.
Ìlera tó nítumọ̀ la fi ń lò gbà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé gbòòsà fún iléeṣẹ́ Exodus Multi-Purpose Investment Limited. Iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n kọ́ṣẹ́ mọṣẹ́ láti orílẹ̀-èdè China nípa bá a ti ń ṣètọ́jú àìsàn ara bíi stroke, àìsàn tó ń gbapá gbẹsẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹni, ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn, orúnkún, ọrùn, èjìká tó tún ń roni látọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́, àwọn àìsàn tó ń dènà ìrọ́mọbí, ìfúnpá gíga, gbogbo ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń ṣe ìtọ́jú. Ẹ jókòó sórí àga tá a pè ní acupuncture chair machine kó ṣe àyẹ̀wò ara yín kó sì pèsè ìtọ́jú lójú ẹsẹ̀. Ṣé ti meridian machine la fẹ́ sọ ni tàbí spine healing machine tó wà fún ìtọ́jú ara bákan náà. Pábánbárì ibẹ̀ tó ní wípé acupuncture chair machine iléeṣẹ́ ìtú ti kó wọlé bàbí tó wà fún títà káàkiri. Exodus Multi-Purpose Investment Limited wà ní nọ́mbà 4 Adéwọ̀lú Street tó súnmọ́ Sake Furniture Fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. 09160604891. Àìsàn ò ní rágùn ara wa fi ṣe.
Thank you. Okay, so do get in touch. And also at this point, we want to take the opportunity to ask to let people know that if you want to advertise your business, you can get in touch with Citizen AY or admin Oduduwa TV Radio at admin at citizenay.org or Oduduwa TV Radio admin at oduduwatvradio.org. And you can reach us on +44 7399 580 606 +44 7399 580 606. So that way we can actually assist you in getting your business promoted on our broadcast. A typical what I would like to tell you is on a month by month basis we reach upwards of between 3.5 to 4.5 million people on a month by month basis combined from on both Citizen AY and Oduduwa TV Radio. So that could be a platform for you to grow your business. So we urge you to do get in touch, leave a comment, WhatsApp Citizen AY and Oduduwa TV Radio on +44 7399 580 606, and that way we can help you promote your business. All of this goes on, and we are trying to promote specifically businesses of Biafrans, Yoruba people, Middle Beltans. We will, let's do that. And also, we're now announcing that we will give mentions at the beginning of programs again. Again, if you get in touch with us, we can mention your company name and as a sponsor, and that will help in also getting you more customers. So please do get in touch. We will come back again and we'll do the further broadcast. Now, so that's done. Let's go back to the next thing now. So, now, thank you very much for those of you who with us continue to share the broadcast. Now, what we said was we talked about your PVC. Your PVC will not save your life. I'm sorry to say it. Don't forget, we urge you, those of you who are on Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power as well, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you're watching on Yoruba TV radio as well, we urge you, we need to build that platform. It is growing on a day-by-day basis, but we need you to subscribe to Citizen AY, hit the notification button, and of course, please, as you're watching, do give us the thumbs up. All of this it helps us, because there are things that we need to be doing on ground, and we need to reach more people. The information that we're sharing here is to reach more people, especially the youth. I would like you to share this message with the youth. So, because this message is targeted at our youth, they may not be aware of the dangers of what we face, and we're trying to bring it to their attention. So now, going forward now, as discussed earlier, one of the things that I really want us to look at again is that, again, I reiterate, the PVC, although it's a good idea, you see, in a sane society, in a society where there is rule of law, where there's democracy, where there's true democracy, where there is no police state. You see, yesterday, I'm going to see if I can get that video. Yesterday, the police were beating up and they used tear gas against, I think it's yesterday or a few days ago, against Nnamdi Kanu supporters. We are in a police state. Let me see if I can provide an evidence of what I'm just saying, because I don't want to sort of, I like to work on evidence-based. Please do share this broadcast, and I thank you very much for watching and subscribing and joining us. It's really important that we continue to, of course, grow the platform. So it is really important. Let's see if I can get that information out. Let's have a look. If I can find that for you. I will see. Let's see if I can do it another way. Do beg your pardon. I'm just going to try and go in here. Let's do this. Let us do this. I'll come back to that. But I wanted to show you something, because sometimes when we talk about it, people don't seem to understand, and I want to be able to give you the information. Okay, you know what? Whilst this is going on, I will do it another way. Let me do it another way. I will come back and show you the video. But I'll come back and show you the video. But I want to do something first, because this is very important message that I'm about to share with you, and I want you to really. Now, you see the same Gumi that is protecting, that is telling us not to have the terrorists proscribed, and he fought tooth and nail not to have them proscribed. They are silent now, when the Nigerian government has actually been putting in Boko Haram terrorists into our army. They call them repentant. They call them repentant Boko Haram. You see, this, for example, was, let me have a look at this. This was on the 13th of March, 2022. This year. Again, please share this PVC with everybody, all of our youths. I understand where they're coming from. I can get why they want to get the PVC. It makes a lot of sense, logically. In a democracy where you have a democracy working, it makes sense. I understand. I get it. I get that. But the reality of what we are saying is this. This is not a democracy, because we, the people, did not make the laws. The laws was imposed by the military upon us via Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999. This is something that our youths need to be aware of. So when they look at that document, they are mistakenly believing that the 1999 Constitution is actually a valid document. It isn't. So we are trying to explain this in a way that is going to reach our youths, so they can begin to know that the only option is to go for self-determination. Because the energy that they're wasting in going for PVC now will only result in the Fulanis announcing Atiku as the next president of contractual Nigeria. They are going to announce him as your president. Whatever amount of votes you give to Peter Obi, whatever amount of votes you give to Tinubu, they are going to announce Atiku as the president. Whatever the result is, when they make the announcement, Mahmoud Yakub will tell you that the person who won the election is Atiku. I guarantee you that is what is going to happen. But let me give you indications of furthermore why I'm saying what I'm saying. So, like I said, going back into what I just showed you, on the 13th of March this year, yeah, look, what you see are Boko Haram. You see, they are dressed in white. They are Boko Haram, and they are all foreigners. You see, secession matter. Exactly. Yes, they are helping to fast track the secession matter. Yes, thank you. But we need to let them know. So let me show you. You see, when you see those people you see in the buses, that you've seen in the buses that we've been sharing video, they are these people here. They are all foreigners, and they've been taught. They are not good at. Many people have said they don't speak English. They said it. Now, the reason why the government clearly, they don't care what we're saying. How can you put repentant terrorists, foreigners, into our army? They are not citizens, and they give them citizenship. What they are doing is actually treason. But let's not go into that. Let's just focus on this. Now, let's read this now. Operation Safe Corridor of the Nigerian Army yesterday graduated and equipped 559 repentant Boko Harams of the outlaw Boko Haram and Islamic West African province, ISWAP. So the people you see in the buses, now you see what I'm saying to you. They call them repentant. And instead of sending them back to their own country, they bring them into your army. Do you know what they do with them in the army? They are the ones you see in the buses I'm about to show you. Let us show you. You're not connecting the dot, and we're trying to help you connect it. Right, let's just do this now. So, 1 second, please. Let me see if I can get that another way. I'm just trying to show you. And please do share this broadcast. Our youth need to understand that some people have been arguing with me. You know, some people have actually come on air and they've left comments that, oh, they are graduates. Oh, they've been recruited. We don't have to worry. This is not how it is. We shouldn't matter that they're military. And I'm trying to explain to them very, very clearly that these people that you look at and you say are army, they are foreigners. So here is one such example of what I'm saying. But let me get one more. I want to get a video for you that would actually make it easier. Okay, there's one way I'm going to do it. There's another way. Sorry, I've just got a lot of information, and sometimes trying to process it can be a bit of a, okay, let me show you this one. Where is it? So I'm going to put that in. You'll see that come up in a minute. It's easier if I do this way, because if I don't, it's not going to. And the reason I'm going to read this document to the end, then behind it, I will play this video. So you can see a sequence. Firstly, they are foreigners. They are Boko Haram and ISWAP. Now the army catches them, they catch them. They surround them. They take them. And instead of the army sending them back to where they came from, the army now puts them in our army. They now become service members. And to become, I want you to understand this, so for you to become a member of the army, you first have to be a citizen. Is that not the case? So what do? They give them citizenship at the same time as they are putting them in the army. At the same time, your PVC, people have the right to vote in elections. You need to understand what is being done here. I'm just trying to explain the sequence of events. Because if you don't understand the sequence of events, you are going to be making the mistake of believing that we have a one Nigeria that has your interest at heart. I'm here to tell you, as a Middle Beltan, as a Igbo man, as a Yoruba man, in contractual Nigeria, you are a second-class citizen. It is as simple as that. You are a second-class citizen. They believe they are born to rule. Ahmadu Bello told them that Nigeria is the estate of their grandfather, and they use the north as willing tools and the south as conquered territory, and they will never allow the south to rule over them, us to rule over them, and never allow us to have control over our own destiny. That's what they said. Those are the words, and they are trying to make that come to life. So we need to wake up, and I'm hoping that many of us will be aware of what we're saying here. That it is not, now is not the time for us to be joking around and thinking, okay, we're talking nonsense. I'm trying to make you understand there is a direct link with what I've just showed you now. There is a direct link, and it's very important that this 559, and by the way, the government from about 2015 have been pardoning Boko Haram. And guess how many they've pardoned? 35,000. Those of you talking PVC, I understand you. They have pardoned to date 35,000 Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists, and they are where? They are in the army. Now, you know where those boys are now? They are in the southwest. They are in the southeast. They are in the middle belt. Your PVC will not stop them taking your life home. It won't. We are asking you, join us in creating, be part of your community now, and organize community action plan against terrorism right now within your community. Because again, as I said, the PVC is not going to save you. Now let's try one more thing here before I go into that one. I'll try and do. So I'm going to read this a little bit more, then I will bring the video to you. Because you need to understand the connection between what I'm saying to you and why, as good, believe you me, if we were talking about a democratic process, the steps that you are taking is absolutely the right one to take, to go and seek your PVC and demand for it. It is your right. Yes. But we are not in a democracy. So when you think that you are trying to protect a democracy, you are trying to protect the fraud, which is a military decree. They imposed a military decree on you, and they want you to now, by you getting that PVC, just understand, by you getting that PVC, you are ensuring that that contraption, that promulgation decree remains a power over you and the coming generations. Because that PVC, that promulgation decree puts the Fulanis first above everybody else. That's the reality of what we are doing. I just hope you understand that. Now, so the graduates, who included 2 Chadians, were trained in carpentry, welding, tailoring, barbing, and laundry services. It is all a lie. They are in the army. They are in the army. Repentant. You see, they are in the army. Commander and Colonel Uchin Babu were trained in barbing, shoemaking, 175, welding, tailoring, 56, carpentry, 22 laundry services. The Chief of Staff, Leo Irabo, represented by Chief of Defense Training and Operations, Mr. General M. Adeyemi Yekini, who commended them for laying down their arms against the country, urged them to fulfill their part of the oath, reminding them their part of the oath. These are foreigners. You see, I told you. I said, for you to be a Nigerian army, you have to be a Nigerian. So they've given them an oath now to protect Nigeria. Foreigners. Of what use is your PVC against these people? I want to know. Of what use is your PVC against these people? You will find that it's of no use whatsoever as it currently stands. And I'm not trying to be, alarmist or anything. I'm just giving you facts. So you had it there. They're taking oath. They're part of the oath, reminding them to go back to their old ways of life may be resisted with mightier force. It is all a lie. The de-radicalization, rehabilitation, reintegration program by the OPSC provides psychological, psychosocial, psycho-spiritual therapies as well as vocal training. It's all a lie. which provide viable alternatives to low-profile combatants. The Army said over 1,000 repentant Boko Haram have been trained by OFC since 2015 to date, of which 984, including 16 foreigners, were successfully reintegrated. I have no doubt that this non-kinetic strategy initiated by the federal government will continue to impact positively on military operations in the northeast, he stated. No way. You can see, they say 1,000. There's more than that. They said themselves, Governor Zulum said it. I will get you. Let me get this thing. I don't want to just come here and just talk alone. Let me show you. 1 minute. So I will get this other video. It's taking its time to load up, but I'm hoping that it will load up. But in the meantime, let me get you this information, and I'll send it because I want you to read that yourself. Now, this was done some time ago in terms of Zulum, but what he said, but no, that's it. Let me see. So, 1 minute. I'm going to give that to you in a minute. I'm just trying to make sure you... Okay. Where are we? So, what I am saying is that those Boko Harams, they've been put in the army. And not only that, they're foreigners. And they are now sent southwards. And when they send them southwards, they're going to kill. What our priority right now is setting up joining a community action plan against terrorism in all our communities, from the villages to the towns to the cities. And this is for the youth to really understand. So let me show you the second side of it. So you've seen the first side, the foreigners coming in. They made them repentant. They successfully reintegrated. These are foreigners. Why aren't they training our kids in the army instead? Why is it that they target bringing in foreigners in? Have you asked yourself that question? So let us, I'm hoping that it's done now. Let me get that done. 1 second. So give me a minute. It does take some time because, So let's have a look at this now. I'm hoping that this will make it clear. But it is very important that we see the steps and beginning to really address the impact. The impact of the actions of the federal government is to take our land. That is the result of it. And until we address that, and our kids need to use this. Know this. Thank you very much, my brother. All hail Biafra. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. So, yes, we will never stop. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love there for the super chat. Thank you so much. Let's keep it going. Please continue to subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. And like I said, Nnamdi Kanu should not, under any circumstances, he should not be serving and he shouldn't be in jail because he protects his people. Now, watch this now. I want you to watch this.
Oh God. It's tinted.
Count the number of buses, so that's number one. They will tell you the number. Watch, listen.
5, 6.
You see?
6 coastal buses now.
Luxury bus, man.
All parks won't be repeated.
They are packed like sardine.
Ah, 2023 is going to be tough in this country.
3, 4.
You see? Hey, you see them? I hope you're seeing them.
Change your name. You're not talking to just listen to me. Change your name.
Coastal buses.
Luxurious
buses, 5, 6. 7, 8, 8,
'Cause
So, now, the reason I'm playing that is I wanted you to see the connection between the Boko Haram terrorists and the bosses. Please understand that what you are looking at, these men here. Oh, I hope it doesn't go off soon. Okay, here we are. Now, these men here, you need to understand that what you see, these men here, they are the ones in those buses. Oh, they are the ones in those buses. They are the ones in those buses. As you're watching me, please, and you're on Citizen AY, and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Help us grow that platform. We really need it to grow because the information that we're sharing, as you can see, are vital information that is not going to be analyzed critically in depth so much as such as we're doing. So please go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead, click the notification button, give us a thumbs up. We really need your help. And that notification button is very important so that when we come on, we have over 2,000 subscribers on there, and there's only a few people coming on air. So that means there's a big disparity between the people who are watching and the people who are subscribed. So when you subscribe, it's important that you are helping us share the message, because what I'm showing you here, this analysis, it is very, very rare you will get this kind of analysis somewhere else, because we take the time and effort to research what we're saying and then break it down in a way, and we're hoping to make sure that it reaches you, particularly if you're a Middle Beltan, if you're Igbo and Oduduwa people. So that and the language we use, the common language you use is English. So it's very, very important that oh, 1 second please. Oh, I'm on the live broadcast. We'll call you back. Okay, bye-bye. We'll call you back. So now, so what I want to do is this. I want you all to really think about that. The people you see here, don't be surprised. This is in March this year. Don't be surprised if some of them are on that coastal buses and things that you saw earlier on. So that's a point that is worth looking at. So when we talk about these people here, they are the ones on that luxury bus which you saw. Let me go into the picture again and bring that to you so you can see. Let's show you. They will be some of the people, the faces there. It may well be. I'm not saying it is, but it may well be. So it's important we understand that, and I wanted to state that so that we're clear. Now let us see. I wanted to get the one with Gumi. Zulum, Governor Zulum. Let us do something here. So there is something more I wanted to do. Now, before I go to the next step, I want you to also bear this in mind. These are for the youths here. How can I put it? In 1963, Sir late Obafemi Awolowo, he was jailed. I think he possibly would have been the president, the premier for, or the prime minister for the whole of Nigeria, had it not been for all of that. He was jailed for 10 years, and they blamed him for treason. Exactly 30 years after the jailing of Obafemi Awolowo, to prevent him from being a prime minister. Exactly. Yeah. Then guess what? So that is 1963. Are you following me? Exactly 30 years. So 73, 83, 93. June 12, 1993. Guess what? They killed late Obafemi Awolowo, who won the elections by 8 million votes to 255. Another Yoruba man. 30 years. Now, June 12, 1993. Do the math. 03, 13. We are coming to 23. That's another 30 years. What do you think will happen? I just want us to think about that too. So every 30 years, they keep pulling the same trick. We have been in the same spot. We have not improved. We need to understand. These are for the youth to understand. You need to understand what has been done. Again, I'm going to say it again. 30 years old. 30 years. Please subscribe to Season A1 on YouTube. Help us share the broadcast. Very, very important. If this message resonates with you, please type 1. If the message resonates. So, Obafemi Awolowo in 1963, he was jailed. Yeah? And quite possibly he would have been the prime minister instead of Tafawa Balewa. You see that? You see that? So 1963, 1993, 30 years after they stopped Obafemi Awolowo because through jailing him. 30 years after that. Yeah? And now, another 30 years after they killed Abiola now, we are in the same situation again. So I want you to understand, those of you who are speaking about the PVC, I understand in a sane society where everything works, that would make sense. But it isn't making any sense right now. I'm sure you agree with that analysis right there. There's a lot more to it, but I just want you to know that late Obafemi Awolowo, he was jailed in 1963, and they put him in jail, and then they forcibly jailed him, and then afterwards it became a house arrest, all to stop us getting into power and building the nation that will work. Late MK Abiola won the elections June 12, 1993, 30 years after that. Instead of letting him become the president of our nation, they killed him. And then they now have the temerity to say June 12, and they honor, and they now give him GCFR. Of what use is giving Abiola GCFR when you killed him and you prevented him from developing the nation? That is like a slap in our face. I mean, oh yes, there's a GC. You can call him whatever. It's not going to impact and change your life right now. What we need is to change our lives. The best way to actually take control of our lives is via self-determination. And I'm here to try and explain that in ways and words that people can relate to. I've shown you the bosses. I've told you what is the likely situation right now in terms of, the killings and the fact that the bosses, we should be focusing on our youth. You are the largest population. You take a larger portion of the population as Middle Beltans, as Biafrans, and as Igbos and Yorubas, Oduduwa people. And it's your future. It is time for you to stand up for your future. This PVC thing, you need to understand what is going to happen. INEC, like I said, INEC is not independent. It isn't. I've just shown you. They are putting bosses upon bosses, load of terrorists who they've put into the army. You know what they're doing to our indigenous army? They are sending them to Sambisa Forest to be killed by the terrorists. Because our army, they don't equip them with weapons. So any of the Nigerian army, if they send them to Sambisa Forest, it's time to try and kill them where they are. And then they send the terrorists to us in our land, in the indigenous people to kill us. So the youth, we need this message to reach you. And we are calling on all of these musicians, Yoruba musicians, Biafra musicians, please, you need to wake up. You need, and filmmakers, you need to wake up. We are under existential threat with these killings that is being put in place right now. We are under, all hail Odudua. James Friday, thank you very much. Please go ahead. Those of you watching, I need you all to go and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are under existential threat. And the reason I keep telling you all of this is so that we can take collective action together. Please don't forget, as you're watching, go to Citizen AY, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We must have our independence. The only way to go for self-determination is to protect our lives. When we protect our lives in our community, again, I talked about it, Community Action Plan Against Terrorism, CAPAT. We need that. And within that framework, each of the communities can organize things as they see fit. You become an individual unit and you protect yourselves. And your food source, it's very important, because these guys here, mark my words, they are here to do damage. They're not here to be your friends. They've been brought in to take your land. And we need to protect ourselves. And we need the youth to know this. Our youth will not take steps if we do not inform them. And what we're trying to do is to inform them now of what is happening. Well, that is missing. There's something going on here. But I'm going to put this here. So I'm going to put that there so you can see. So it's very, very important that our youth understand that in the system of governance, I'm bringing this back again to refresh our minds, to understand that a government that supports terrorism, that supports terrorists, and jails people who are advocating for Biafrans to protect and defend themselves in their own land, and exiles Oloye Sunday Igboho. And now, you know what? Today, the government was told to pay 20 billion naira to Oloye Sunday Igboho that you see in the picture. Till date, they have not paid the 20 billion naira. They are now making excuses and they are appealing. 20 billion naira. And they refuse to pay. But they want you to believe in one Nigeria. And the same government has made every person that was going to go for presidential aspirant as APC, in APC, they paid 100 million naira. Some people paid, donors give them 100 million naira. PDP, 40 million naira. But when it comes to your life in your land, these people don't care. Are you seeing what I'm saying? I hope you are. So our youth need to understand that PVC, as good as that sounds, and by the way, let me make this also clear to you. On the case of the PVC, Pantami has been giving national identity numbers to a lot of the terrorists, as much as 10 million, for what I understand. As much as 10 million. I need to find this thing with Zulu. 1 second, please. I just need to find it. Because I had it there, but I seem to have misplaced it somewhat. 1 second, please. Let me just see if I can get that to you. I want to talk about the Zulu thing. So that the 35,000 is on your thunder. So yeah, like I was saying, it is very important that we understand and we know that whatever we're being told now by this governance is about taking our land. Another thing I wanted to mention to you, I think on the 2nd of June, about the 2nd of June, Miyetti Allah had a meeting with 16 Fulani delegates from 16 nations. They told them they were having a cultural meeting. How can you be having a cultural meeting in the middle of an onslaught of killings? I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you that it's not about that. Meeting was more than about that. They were trying to get everybody on side to make sure that they took over our country, to make it a Fulani nation. And we cannot sit there and be sitting dogs. We need to protect and defend ourselves. So our youths are very, very important in this struggle. All the musicians, please, you need to wake up. You cannot just be singing and whatever. We are in dangerous times. My Lafia has said it. Let me get you, if I can find that thing. Oh, sorry, 1 minute, please. I just need to identify where this is because I saw it the other day. So let me do this. One minute, please. Just want to get. Now. Yeah. Now. So let's forward that to you. And I want you to see this because this is very important. And let me see if I can actually do it this way. 1 second. I think I might be able to get it to you pretty quickly from here. So why I tend to make sure this is aware to you. This is something that you are all aware of. Because many people have got this mistaken belief that we are a democracy. It's important to understand that we're not. They are trying to tell you a democracy. Like I said, just yesterday, they beat up Nnamdi Kanu supporters, and they used tear gas. If you go and look on Citizen AY, you will see it. They used tear gas and they shot at a man. There was a big bump on his stomach, and I've got the picture there. And that is, but they are not. We are not a. It's not a democracy by any stretch of any imagination you may care or want to use. It isn't. So let me see. So let me go here. You will see come up now. I'm sorry if it's a bit slow, but I wanted to make sure this is deliberate. And this information, please help us share it. Again, it's all related to what I said before. Our youth need to understand that PVC is not a problem. But if you do want to go for that, go for it. But please be rest assured that we are here. We'll be here waiting for you. Once it becomes apparent to you that the PVC will not solve the problem, that the only thing that will solve this is self-determination, we will be here. But we were trying to save you that stress of going through it and thinking on a mistaken belief that the PVC is the solution. It cannot be the solution. So here is what I wanted to show you. Over 35,000 repentant Boko Haram terrorists for reintegration, says Zulu. See that? Can you see that? I hope you can see that too. I want you to look at that picture. This is for the youth, so can you see that? Because we need that to be something that you understand. You have to understand what we're saying here. This statement was 30th of March 2022. Just gone, no? We're in June now. April, May, June. 3 months ago. Governor says 35,000 repentant terrorists for reintegration. These are 35,000 foreigners. Are you all seeing what I'm seeing? I hope you are. Are you all seeing it? Please leave comments. Let's read comments. Let me go and read comments from other platforms as much as I can. With this broadcast allowing where possible. Please don't forget, subscribe, share our broadcast. Let's reach as many people as we can, because the information that is contained is very, very relevant, and it's important that we enlighten our people, that we need to wake up, our youth in particular. It's great that they want to believe in democracy, but it's an illusion. What we have in Nigeria is not a democracy. It's an illusion. It's a pretense. It's a pretend democracy. It is not real. Your voice cannot, they don't want you to speak. And when you exercise your right to free speech and self-expression the way you see fit, complying with rule of law, no shouting and no breaking or destroying things, you are attacked. We're a police state. And that's the thing that many people have not understood in this struggle. And that's why we're trying to bring it to you. Now let's go and read it. So now, see this win here? So I've left it there for long enough for us all to be able to see it. Over 35,000 repentant terrorists for reintegration, says Zulu. Reintegration means it's a covered word for putting them into the army. That's where they're going. That is where they're going. The pictures I saw, 35,000. So Governor Babagana Zulu of Borno State said that over 35,000 Boko Haram and Islamic State West African province terrorists are being disarmed for reintegration into the communities. They even say Are you seeing what I'm saying? Type 1 if you're seeing what I'm saying. We need the youth to know this. Please, those of you watching this, share this to all the youths. They need to understand what is being done here. Because fine, fight for your PVC, but if you're not alive, you cannot use it all. If you're not alive, you cannot use it all. You've seen it now. They are being disarmed for reintegration into communities. What did I just show you? Let's go back again. Let us go back again. I just showed you something. Let's play it again. Yeah? Because you need to really, we have to connect the dots, my people. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. Sorry. I don't know what that is. I don't need that one. This is the one I'm looking at. So let's go back again. I'm going to try one more time. Let's do this. So I want to play this for you. So it's a bit slower than me. I don't know why. But I'm just showing you to connect the dots. 35,000 terrorists. In so-called repentant. And they're putting them into communities. That's why these guys are there. I hope you can see. I hope you can see it all. I hope you guys are seeing it. Oh, man. Now what for this thing to do? Sorry about this. So, it's freezing somewhat. But anyway, let me put that out. So anyway, we'll come back to it if I can. But I'm just showing you. So Zulum declared this yesterday at an international conference tagged Lake Chad Basin. Key steps towards comprehensive regional solutions at Winston House, Sussex, United Kingdom, London. So he said this in the UK. Addressing delegates from Chad, Nigeria, Cameroon, Niger, and development partners from UK, he said, we are navigating disarmament, demobilization, reintegration processes in the state amid ongoing kinetic efforts to fully integrate with the repentant terrorists. The conference, hosted by UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, he noted, focuses on effectively managing the massive surrender of the terrorists through DDR. Presenting the paper, he said the rate of defection and surrender by the terrorists, as well as liberated communities, were high with an average of 200 to 300 people a day. 200 to 300 people a day. This requires immediate action to cater for the people in such a way that it will encourage further defections. Warning against treating the repentant terrorists as prisoners of war. He stressed the need to protect those that surrendered, as their lives are in danger of being attacked by ISWAP. So the lives of the terrorists are more important than those of the indigenous people. That's what they're saying. Listen. So the Lake Chad Basin Regional Strategy for Stabilization, Recovery and Resilience, he said, will also provide the framework for conflict interventions by development partners. Zulum will deliver a keynote speech on insurgency recovery and rebuilding Borno State. My aspirations for the state, Lake Chad region today at the conference. He will provide an overview for the impact of terrorism, destroyed infrastructure displacement, humanitarian crisis and resettlement efforts. Can you see? When you put 35,000 repentant terrorists into an army, you are taking over the army by putting foreigners in. It's not about Nigeria anymore. It's not the Nigeria you think you will be getting. It's going to be a Fulanized Nigeria where the army is all Fulani. We are better off going for self-determination now. We are better off going for self-determination. I hope you can see it. We're trying to show you what is to come. And we're trying to prepare us. and make sure that we are aware. Again, I'll just put in the communities, we don't want to give too much information out about this plan, but the plan itself is called Community Action Plan Against Terrorism, CAPAT. That is something that every community, and particularly all of our youths, have to be involved. And we need them to be part of their communities now to guarantee the safety of the farmers, our women, our communities, because we have been run over by these people. 35,000 repentant. 35,000. Let me see if I can show you what I'm working on. I've got some information about that CAPAT thing, but like I said, I cannot. I don't want to give much more away in terms of how it's going to work and all of that. I don't want to give that away. I don't want that to be. I don't want to give the exact details away. I just want us to be able to know that. Okay. So let me just do. I'll just show you that one. You see, come up in a minute. So that's the plan there. I'm not going to show the rest because I want it to be. It's something that will have to be done as we speak. So, Community Action Plan Against Terrorism, collective responsibility for the protection of the entire indigenous community. So that's basically what the plan is about. Every community should have that. And what you're doing in that community is to protect yourself. Organize how you're going to protect yourselves, you know. So, Oshola, thank you so much. Yes. Toluwa logo Jesus man. Dr. Moti, Eko Ejowaju, Oti Hongonga, Pe Ijoba Nigeria wa really appreciate to hang self-determination groups. Yes. They don't know that the powers that be in the world have their own yardstick for terrorism. Equato. Yeah, school player one. Exactly. May God bless you for the great job you are doing. We cannot afford to sit back and watch this atrocities unfold. Please, sir, what's your governors doing here? The governor, please don't bother asking about the governors. That's why I showed you. We need community action plan against Ekason, Prince Banjoko. We need the community action plan, like I showed you before. Let me just show you that again. In every community now, we urge everybody. Now, within that community action plan, there is something that I want to urge us all to do. I would urge every community to engage in teaching our people self-defense. We need to teach our people about self-defense. Because when this thing happens, if the community is ready, they are able to push back. Self-defense, as in how you can disarm people with weapons without just using yourself. We need that. And our women can have self-defense to stop themselves from being raped by these terrorists. So our communities need to come together at that level. We need self-defense. So these are the kind of, I'm not interested in just talking about this one said, that one said. That's not going to save lives. Oh, watch, listen to what this man said. Oh, watch, what? How will that change? How will that save lives? That's the question I ask myself. But when we are trying to equip you to start thinking in your community, that's why the Community Action Plan Against Terrorism is so vital. It is vital because you now know that the government, they are putting terrorists in our midst and telling us that they have repented. And they clearly have not repented because the killings has gone on, or what killing went on. There was a 6 people killed in Ondo State, and this is going on, and we cannot stand there and watch. My Lafia told us, by October, there will be what? There will be civil war, because this is what these people are trying to go for. They want to take the whole thing over completely, and we must not stop and sit by and let that happen. And the danger of focusing on the PVC when this is going on is what I want to avoid. Because when you're focusing on the PVC, a PVC cannot save your life. It cannot save your life. Whereas if you protect your community and you build around that, you can actually save lives. So please, I'm asking you all, help us share this broadcast. Let me see some comments here from on the platform, on other platforms. People have seen a quote sir on the video. And again, I want to thank everybody that congratulated me on my birthday yesterday. Thank you very much. It was really heartwarming. I'm grateful for your support. And we urge you all, for us all, we need to work, and we will all by the powers of our Olodumare, we will achieve Yoruba nation, and we will all be there, and none of us will be missing on the day that we are, we're welcoming in the self-determination, the Yoruba nation, and we're holding the flag aloft. None of us will be missing. We will all be there. So that's why I want us all to work on this collectively. Let us do that. Something is not letting me read my comments on this day, so I'm sorry. I wanted to greet people as much as I can, but so for some reason the comments section is not allowing me to do that, so I do apologize. But once again, you can see the dangers of what we say, what we are telling you us all. Right now, it is not about Dolakpo Fashikpe. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is not about it's not about PVC. It's about protecting our lives right now. Dr. Malafia said it. Let me see if I can get you one of my thing. I'll show you that again if I can. And I'll see if I can. Let's try. Should we try that one? Maybe. But anyway, we'll see. We might come back to that. Now, today in court, there's a lot of people, and I want to show this video. This is by, let me see. This is by, was earlier on. A lot of people have been to court to support the case for Oloye Sunday Igboho. So let me just bring it up to you as I speak. 1 second, I'll just do this. So whilst we're waiting for that, I want you to keep remembering that as we speak now, in your one Nigeria, this man here, this man that should be jailed for his interaction with known terrorists, is walking free. These two men who are speaking up for the people and saying they have a right to self-protection and self-determination, and they can defend themselves. You know, they are being, one is exiled, another one is jailed. They took him away from Kenya and put him in jail over a year now. And you tell us that's one Nigeria for you. So you can see that we are not one. We are not one. Let me get this other thing to give you updates on what's going on. And then maybe we can build other things as well. Let me see. 1 second, please. There is some sort of delay. I don't quite know what it is, but do bear with me because I'm trying to get the information. So a lot of people have been at the courts in, I think it's in Ibadan, if I'm correct. Yeah, in Ibadan, to show support for the case for Oloye Sunday Igboho. As you all know, 20 billion naira was awarded against the government for the illegal invasion and the killing of people, two men, Adogan and Afar. Afar is a blind man and he was killed. Their bodies to date have not been released. The youth need to understand this. The bodies of Adogan and Afar to date has not been released by that federal government, that Fulani government. Your lives don't matter. Your lives don't matter. You as an indigenous person, your life matters not one jot to this governance. And that is why we're saying what we're saying. And we're hoping that people can really, understand that our focus now has to be nothing else other than self-determination. Because when you have a situation where a government has been told to pay 20 billion naira, imagine if that was Oloye Sunday Igboho and he hadn't paid that 20 billion. They would have taken his assets immediately. But here you go. This bunch of crooks in power who imposed themselves, they killed Abiola. Let's make no doubt about it. The military, they took power from a man that rightfully won the elections. And I'm telling you that this 2023 elections, if by magic or whatever, Tinubu wins, and by an extraordinary magic, Peter Obi obedient, the obedient listener, and Emilio Cons, please listen. If they both say if they won, I'm here to tell you that the Fulanis will simply declare Oloye as the president. So here we go. So DSS not allowing people to enter the court premises. That's the message we're getting now on the Oloye case. So I'm going to give updates as we're going along. Let me see if I can find update what's going on. So here we go. So let us see what's going on, because I'm doing it via Yomiko Iki as well. So we're going to be sharing this. This is something that is very beneficial to all of us. So let's watch it and let's see what is going on, because this is part of everything that we're saying this morning. It's relevant and it's all part of it. So let's see what's going on here. So Esheun, Dr. Moti, thank Esheun. Yes. So now let us watch this now. I'm hoping it will work. Listen.
Láti já from 700 active viewers to 200 close. Wọ́n yẹn yẹn wá ìjọ ẹ bá wa share program yìí. Wọ́n ti ń flag àwọn ọ̀gá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti ń flag program yìí. Nigeria we have to every soldier here. Everybody tó gbé mọ́tò Nigeria máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a ṣe. You see that?
Over 100, 200 ọmọ Yorùbá ló wà ní báyìí tí wọn jẹ́ kó wọlé sínú kọ́ọ̀tù 200 people Yorùbá ẹ fún wọn.
Ẹ̀yin lè wá lè lẹ́pẹ́ ẹjọ́ ẹni tí ó sì fẹ́ sojú ẹ̀jẹ̀ kan wọlé lẹ́yìn lọ́ọ̀yà.
You see, the same treatment that is being meted out to Nnamdi Kanu, they are not letting his people come and support him. The same thing is being done to Oloye. This is, look, let's break this up. I suggest let's just go for Yoruba Nation and Biafra Nation. It is clear to us now that they are not interested in, they don't see you as equal. You need to understand that. So this is being frozen or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And we'll get that done. I'm hoping. But you can see that the armed men, they're stopping people from going in. You know, and that's your democracy. In your democracy, they shouldn't be having the police. This is all designed to threaten the people. Look at the gun they're carrying. Look at the gun they're carrying. Man. People, wake up, please. Wake up, oh. Please wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I wanted to show you this so that we could all understand what is being done. Please share the broadcast. Let's have a look. It seems to have just been frozen somewhat. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. But we're trying to rectify it as quickly as possible. But like I said, they did not, over 200 people are prevented from going to the courts. And this is, when we tell you that Nigeria is a fraud, that's exactly what we mean. That's exactly what we mean. They use anything by any means to operate, suppress, and suppress you. Okay, so let's go back again. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I don't know what. I may have to go back and come back, guys, because something has happened here. The system has locked out somehow. So the picture, they're not letting anybody come in, which is what you're seeing there. Let me see if it will work. Sorry, I'm just trying to. We'll get that back shortly. So let's just go back again. Let me just check this. I don't know. So they're standing there, stopping people from coming in, you know, and people wanted to go to the broadcast, to the protest, you know, to support in the court. They if it was Oloye that owed the money, they would have taken his property now. But these people, and that's why I keep telling you, your PVC will not solve this problem. This is gone beyond PVC. It's about self-determination now. This has gone beyond PVC. It's about self-determination right now. Okay. I'm not quite sure why this is doing that, but give me a minute. It may be that it's just been difficult, but that's fine. If it is, let's do this. Let's switch it. I'm just changing the body around because it seems to be freezing somewhat, and I want to address that. So Give me a minute, please. So this is where we are. Okay, so let's see how that works now. I'm hoping that this will settle things up, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Now, so far, people are not allowed to go in. I'm probably going to restream this again because I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Maybe some sort of network issue. Because the system is rather